Alright, welcome back everybody. This is Xltactical and thank you guys for joining me on another video. As you guys can see, today we have another video. We're not going to be really talking about a firearm in particularly, but we are going to be talking about what it can do for you if this is an option for you. If you guys are already subscribed, thank you guys very much. If you haven't, please consider it. Thank you. We're on our rise to 10K. Thank you guys for all that are looking at these videos and subscribing. What we're bringing today is this guy. You guys have seen it quite some time. It's the PSA Micro Dagger. If you guys want to see a video on this, go ahead and go up there and it'll take you to it. We are dealing with an empty firearm, so you guys can see we're in a safe, controlled environment. PSA Micro Dagger, this particular one, I've kept it stock, as you guys remember. But what we're going to be talking about is some of its counterparts and what that comping can do for you. Now, some people say, why would you put a comp on a firearm? Is it necessary? Are there pros? Are there cons? What is it? Now, I'm going to tell you straight off the bat, I am not very familiar with it, but I do have a couple of firearms that do have a comp. Does that make me an expert? Hell no. I'm learning as I go. Here we have another Micro Dagger. This one actually had a threaded barrel, and if you guys saw some of that footage there, it did have a comp on here. It was aim surplus comp. I kind of put it away right now. Didn't have it for this particular video that you guys saw. That comp actually has some cuts on the front. On the top, on the left, and on the right. So where does that do? It has that blast or concussion going in all different directions for the shooter. We also have here the Micro Dagger, the C1. We have two variations from it. Peanut butter and jelly and that hunter green one. Now, what are some of the benefits, right? I think one of the bigger benefits is how the person who's behind the firearm gets back on secondary shots, rapid fire, if you would say, right? It helps to mitigate the recoil that the 9mm is putting off. Is that a stout round, and is there a lot of recoil? Not necessarily, but it does have some anyways. So when we have that recoil, we have that muzzle going up, and sometimes it's a little harder to keep control of the firearm. So the comp basically works in comparison, in unison to you, the operator, holding the firearm. If you have your points of contact nice and solid, right, you're going to have that recoil management a little bit better. That muzzle's not going to rise. Combine that with the compensator, which in this particular one, we have the cuts up here. It's throwing the blast up, so it's keeping that recoil from climbing that much further up, and it's keeping it down. Now, what does that allow me to do? It allows me to get back on my target, back on my sights quite fast, and keep that recession, that repetitive recession. It lets me get back on those secondary shots quicker. On some of the comps, like the one that you saw on this one, there's the cuts on the left and the right and up. Kind of works like a flash hider, but not necessarily. There's times that you'll see that big blast. But depending on where you have that comp, you can have that blast either coming out of the sides, so it doesn't get in the way of the operator, looking at the target. The other part on this particular one, since it is a smaller profile, it does add weight. This particular firearm will add the same weight because we have a longer slide, so there's a little bit more material on the actual slide, which again helps to mitigate with that recoil. More weight makes it harder for that muzzle to flip. On this one, we have a little bit of combination of all. We have the comp on the top, and we have a weapons light added. So if you think about the ounces that this is adding, that again helps to control or add more weight for that 9mm round to lift up. Now, is this something that you do want to carry on a firearm, on all your firearms? There's a lot of people that would say that on a everyday carry, something that you don't necessarily need. One of the things you have to think about that might be a con is where that blast is going off. If this one is coming up and that blast is going out in front of your eyes, you might not be able to see those targets 100%. If you tend to have if you tend to use your firearm and it's pretty close, remember that blast is coming up, you'll see that gases or whatever particles that might blast off from the round or the gases that might get in your face. So that's something that you want to think about. The other part of it too is it starts to get hot. That gas or the fire has to go somewhere, and as this kind of goes in there, if you're concealing this, that's something that you want to think about or worry about, right? But what are the cons? I mean, what are the benefits for it? Allows you to get those shots flatter, allows you to have that recoil control, allows you to get secondary shots over and over and over. Is this something that I recommend for somebody? Can't say that I do. I enjoy it because I like going out to the range and just trying to work on the secondary shots. Allows me to train in this particular platform, so when I do train with other firearms that don't have comps, allows me how to look for that target or that sight acquisition that much easier. Do I recommend it for somebody that's going to carry it? Again, for me, I don't think you need it. Even though I train with these, even though I carry these sometimes, mainly my rotation would be the Glock 43X. Sometimes it's going to be the P365, and both of those are non-comp, right? But that's up to you guys. I don't know if you guys enjoy that or if it's something that interests you or not. As I get older, as I get more into shooting, I keep looking back at some of the stuff that I've done to the firearms, and I say, have I gone excessive? Do you need more? Just saw a post from somebody that said, actual holster company that I've worked with in the past, and he's no longer doing holsters with lights because he wants to keep his branding to minimalist, right? Less is more. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. Is that something that would be detrimental to the way you carry a light? Get that in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are on it. Some people say you need a light. Some people say you don't. I used to never not carry a light. I have a couple of them with lights, but sometimes when I do my everyday carry or my concealed, I don't necessarily always have a light on them. I have those firearms for purpose-driven tasks. But that's it for me, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe. Until next time, guys, stay safe, go out to the range, and I'll see you on the next one.